Yo, Guda, is this fucking mic on? Man, welcome to the Gym Podcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Gym Podcast. What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Gym Podcast. This is your host, Gilbert Sanchez. If you're new here, as always, man, you can call me G, but basically on this podcast, we're based out in San Antonio, Texas. This is probably it's been a while. Actually, it hasn't been a while because if you're familiar with the layout of the actual studio, it recently changed about a couple of days ago. And shout out to my man Jay, man, because he had a vision on this actual layout and we ran with it. So shout out to that man. But on this, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm about to drop some merch next. If I think this one's gonna come out the beginning of December, so merch hasn't dropped yet. I want to say that merch hasn't dropped yet, but we're dropping merch. I want to take a bet, man. The third week of December. So look out for that. If you're following on all streaming, if you're listening on all streaming platforms, shout out to you. If right now, if you're watching on YouTube, man, do me a favor, subscribe. Go ahead and like the video. Really helps out this channel. But man, it's crazy to actually talk from this actual angle. I'm used to just used to a different fucking angle. Used to looking at this wall, or it's just different. But man, we'll get straight into this one. On this episode, we have round two actually for this guest. I know, when did we do the podcast? You remember?
It's been a while.
I would say March, April. It was definitely March or April because it was in my second bedroom apartment, so it was at my crib. Man,
It feels longer, so
yeah.
I can't even tell.
But TB Robbie, bro, what's up, man? Is that what they call you, right? That's what they call you. That's what. I'm down with it, bro. It's just whenever people come in here and they have, honestly, I've had somebody come onto the actual podcast and they wanted to be called their first name rather than their social media name, and I was just like, I'm all for it. I just caught me off guard whenever they said that. I was just like, oh shit, like,
All right,
kind of felt some type of way.
That's
So,
different, yeah.
but shit, man. Like I said, it's been a while since you actually been on the podcast. Obviously, studio's different. Obviously, the spot is different in general.
I like it, man.
Yeah. I know we're talking off air, and you've been working with you've been here a couple times working with Jay. Now we finally got you in the studio. But shit, man, what's up? What's new, man? What are you working on right now?
A whole lot. That's the reason I wanted to come down here and get into it with you because a lot.
What's the biggest thing you got going on right now? Would you say? Because I mean, you're doing more producing rather than actually like rapping, right? Now.
That's really what's taking off the most right now. I would say probably the biggest thing was like the biggest thing that's come out so far was probably the album with Rich Greedy, the 333 album. But one of the things that I'm most excited about is this song that's coming out with that Mexican OT. You heard of him?
Yeah, I actually have.
Bro.
Yeah.
I sent him he fucking called me at like 10:30 at night one day. I was already laying down getting ready to fucking ready to go to sleep. He calls me and he was like, "Hey, check your messages. I want you to do something with that." I said, "All right." I opened up my laptop and then I was checking what he wanted me to do, and I was like, "Oh, all right, whatever." I didn't think too much of it. It was something average to me. But once he sent me the song back, I was like, "Bro, that's wild." He posted the video, and I think in like 2 days, it had like 1.6 million views on TikTok.
Jeez.
Like 50 million, or not 50 million, damn. Like 50,000 views on IG in like the same amount of time. The song's not even out yet. That's probably the thing that I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
On the production side, like, yeah.
No, that's huge, bro. You said on TikTok, right? Well,
On TikTok
and Instagram. Yeah, man, crazy shit about when TikTok shit goes viral. It's so easily. so organic. But I know you mentioned Rich Greedy. So how's that been? Is that 'cause you're kind of going back and forth from Houston, right?
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
how's that been?
It's been good so far, man. It's it's nothing new. I've been going back and forth to Houston since like 2016.
Oh shit,
So
yeah.
the scene over there is just what keeps me going back, and the people and I think the work ethic gets a lot stronger out there. I think just
Yeah, yeah.
getting away, and
I feel that because I mean, people will talk about all the time when like you need to leave your hometown or like there's a stigma that you work better outside of where you're from. And
yeah,
I think to a certain extent, I've always been real passionate about my friends and family that kind of live here. So if I were ever to move somewhere, it would either be Dallas or Houston. I don't
yeah.
think I would ever leave Texas.
Somewhere far but not too far. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I would ever leave Texas just because prices, cost of living. I mean, obviously family and friends. But yeah, man, I don't think there's anything intriguing that's like when people think about places to go or shit to do is like California or New York or Florida. But none of that shit like is I'd rather just be in Texas, bro, where
yeah.
maybe on some land somewhere, just some bullshit like that. But I feel that, man, because I mean people might work better like outside of their hometown, but I think for me it's just a little bit different. How's that been? I mean, I know we just touched on Houston, but you Rich Greedy, like how did that relationship come about?
I mean, obviously we all went to school together, and then I think he did a song with Ladon like 2018. So they had been pretty close, and then I would slowly get in the mix, here and there. I was really just focusing on my own music at the time, and then I guess it goes back to Houston. He went to one of my sessions out there, and he had saw me recording. We were recording, and he had his own time slot right after me. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna book an hour or two right after you." And then he had recorded a song. He was gonna record another one, but for some reason, I don't remember what the reason was, but he didn't have the beat that he wanted.
Yeah, yeah,
And me, whenever I go anywhere, like if it's gonna be even remotely like music related, I'm gonna have my laptop, I'm gonna have my hard drive, I'm gonna have everything with me. So they were there like trying to figure out what to do, and I was like, well,
oh, so you're ready.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I hooked on my laptop, and I was like, I got this, and then
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up, bro. How important is that though? Because you got somebody that is making music, but they're I mean, whatever the situation was, like I'm not too sure on not the situation, but other than what you just said. But how important is staying ready in music?
that's super important. You gotta. I mean, I think it's like what's that one saying where it's like there's no such thing as luck. It's like preparation meets time, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like there's another saying that goes exactly like that, like um, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready or some shit like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's pretty much like how I try to treat everything like on that side
Yeah,
of like and staying ready with music. I mean, I always have verses ready. I always have beats ready. I mean, I have hundreds of beats just on my laptop, just ready to go. And it's really not like me trying to be ready. It's just I am.
yeah.
I am ready. Like if you need something, I have it. You need to go. You need something to sing. Oh, here I have this. Try that out. Stuff like that.
You bring up that's a you bring up a good point. So when making these beats, like what's your like how often do you make the R&B beats or how often do you make like the trap beats or the like just different type of beats? How when do you pick and choose what to make or it's just based off what you're feeling?
That's a good question. I think
It's hard, right?
that's not. Yeah, that's not a simple answer. It's
Yeah.
just like because I could literally make like one of the hardest like trap beats or whatever, and
Yeah.
then the next second, like I think it just goes off of feeling and something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's there's no like real answer to like the vibe. I guess I don't.
No, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a simple answer.
I feel that because if I were to make beats, I know that shit sounds. I have trouble doing this, bro. Like Adobe Edition. I don't have trouble. It's just at first I did, but now it's a smooth process.
Yeah.
But to get into beats, I'm sure there's a ton of just work ethic to the software and stuff like that. So on off air, we were talking about the software you're using. So you use FL Studio.
Yeah.
Um, how did you even figure out, hey, I want to use FL Studio and kind of navigate through that? Because that's pretty intense, man.
It's a funny story because I technically started on FL. Well, no, that's technically the second one that I started on. I don't know if you remember in Southwest in the computer class.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, there's I remember there was a computer class and
You would have to say a teacher's name, and I'll probably remember.
fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember either. If you say it, I might, but who knows?
Yeah, all I remember is that there was a computer class and they had all the Macs, lined up. I think it was like
It was like a photography class?
I think so.
Was it, like, near the language? Like, above the cafeteria
Yeah,
towards
yeah, yeah.
on the
That's
stage?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it was photography. Fuck, I remember
I remember they had like three different like things in that one
I
room.
know what you're talking about. I know what
So
you're talking about.
that room, most of the time we didn't really have anything to do, and they had GarageBand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I used GarageBand to make like my first handful of beats. And then I remember I was doing that, just practicing on that, and it was never coming out the way I wanted it to. So I would watch videos of like my favorite producers at the time, what they were doing, and
Mm.
they had a different program. They had FL Studios. Like, all right. So I graduate. Well, for graduation, I get a laptop. I guess they thought I was going to go to college or something. So
Yeah. Everybody,
yeah.
me too, bro. Well, I mean, I did go to college, but, like, just I don't even think you needed a fucking computer, bro. Like, it's just
Yeah. So the first thing I did, I got home that night after graduation. I unpacked it. I fucking took off the plastic. I was like, fuck, bro, this is badass. I went to sleep early as hell. Woke up early as hell. Went to the McDonald's like 15 minutes away from me. And I hooked up to the Wi-Fi and I
Oh,
downloaded FL
bro.
Studios that next morning.
I used to do that too, bro. I used to go to Starbucks all the time. I live shit when I was in college, I stayed with mom and we didn't have Wi-Fi for like the first 6 months that I
Yeah.
was staying with her. When I was in college and Starbucks was like a 2-3 minute walk. And I was just like, fuck it, we'll just pull up to Starbucks and just do fucking work there. But um so you get into FL Studio. What's the mindset going into like how hard is it when you first got into it?
A little tricky at first, but like to me, it looked like a game. It was just like inputting certain things and
Yeah.
um I was using all the stock sounds because I didn't know how to put anything new in there. I didn't know how to do anything. All I knew is that I wanted to make beats because I think all of senior year I was doing like freestyles, just like all the industry beats, all the popular stuff.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I might have brought this up last time that I was inspired by Mac Miller and
Mhm.
J. Cole and Kanye to make my own beats. So that's where that the drive to want to do that came from. I don't know, man. As soon as I got my hands on it, I just
This went crazy.
yeah,
It's kinda like everything new, right? Like when you find some new game or some new app or software or just something new, you're just same way, man. Like I was telling you off air, the designs or graphic designs that I did on the merch, it was like I said, I just pretty much did all November. I wouldn't say all, I would say about 2 weeks. Um, just YouTube, bro, just YouTubing it and just kind of learning and just literally Googling or YouTubing just specific things like how to make a rectangle, how to just little shit like that that kind of helps out every so often. But you never know how small something can be whenever like you're in the actual application.
yeah.
It can be just a small thing, but if you do it over time, it helps out so much. That's what I've learned, man.
I think that's one of the differences too between a lot of people is that you got to have the want to do that shit too, because you can be like kind of into something
Yeah,
and try to do it, and it's just not going to click at first. It's never going to. You're learning something new.
yeah,
If you really don't have the want to do it and it doesn't click the first 2 weeks, 3 months, year, whatever, you kind of just lose the, I wouldn't say passion because if you're going to lose it, you didn't really have the passion for it anyway.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose the drive to try and do that and just move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that with a lot of people. Like, I mean, the biggest one is probably just like content, like videos and social media. Like that's probably the hugest one that I've seen lately is just if someone posts or if people post a certain video or a certain TikTok or just something, they expect an immediate return.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people get discouraged because they're expecting something that's probably not going to happen because of the amount of work that you might not have done. Like you're talking about posting TikToks on an app that people have been doing software. I mean, that have been doing like video editing for years. You have people that have been vlogging for years that are on TikTok. Like you're competing with a huge group, and same for fucking music. Like when you're going into making beats, I'm sure there's people that have been in the industry for fucking decades,
Mhm.
and you're putting yourself out there in the um, actual industry. So I guess my next question is how do you know when an actual beat is good? How do you know when producing a beat is like, damn, this shit's fire?
To me, I think it goes into like different stages. So if I'm gonna make something, how do I explain it? It's like, I guess it's kind of like cooking. If I can compare it to anything,
Yeah, yeah,
you're gonna season it the way you want your shit seasoned. You're gonna put fucking parsley, all your bullshit, all the shit that you want on there because
yeah,
you want it to taste that certain way. You learn how to do that with anything. Like I'm sure you're not editing your audio the way you were like a year ago. You're learning how to do different things and you figure out your sound and you go with that. But you also, I guess for me too, since I'm doing songs for other people and making fucking like crazy fucking songs. Like Rich's last video is at like a little over 100,000
seen that. Yeah,
and I
seen
did
that.
that beat in like 15 minutes.
Stun on me. Yeah,
The
yeah,
fucking the one song that I have out with OT in Little Mexico. Bro, I had that fucking beat sitting in my fucking laptop for about 8 months trying to get people to rap over it. Nobody wanted to or nobody felt like they could. Or I don't
yeah.
know, I don't know what the reason was. The first day that he hits me up, I send him that one. He sends it to me the next day.
Him rapping on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 days later, it's done. And I'm like, "Damn, that's fucking weird." Like you just don't know. Like even when you know
yeah,
it's done, it's still never done until the right I remember I sent that to maybe like 6, 7 different artists. Either they thought it was all right or um didn't like it or whatever the case may
hmm
be. Only you can know your your limit, I guess, your finish time. So like when it comes to me making the beats, it always just goes to when like does it sound like enough? If I can hear myself listening to it for, 20 minutes straight and just I can't really think of anything else to add, I'm probably done. Or if I send it to an artist and he's like, "Hey, maybe can you add something else?" and you got to take other things into account too. So for the most part, it's
yeah.
just your sauce.
How does that? I mean, that's good, right?
Mm,
What's the fucking word? Like the criticism, like the opinion of somebody else
yeah.
when you send a beat to a different artist. That's good, bro. Because I don't. I mean, I don't. Do producers do that a lot? Like send shit out and be like, "Hey, is there anything that you would do on this actual beat?" Like when you send out a beat and you're sending it to that person, is it because like they're about to rap on it, or is just like you want their opinion on it?
The first thing. It's usually because you want them to rap on
Oh,
it,
okay, I see what you
and
mean.
then
Okay,
like,
so you're sending it out and you're just like, "Hey, this is what I have right now. Any tweaks, anything you think in your head that I can
mm,
put?" Okay, that makes sense. Because I was just saying like, if producers are sending out music just for opinions, that's new to me because I don't think I've ever
mhm.
heard of that. But if they're actually about to rap or they have some interest of rapping on a fucking beat, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, I've seen certain producers like play it off as that, like, "Hey, can you take a listen to this? Let me know what you think."
Yeah, yeah.
But it's really just like even to those people, it's done to them. They just want you to listen.
I see what you mean. No, that makes sense. Definitely interesting, bro. It's just interesting point. What I know I was gonna say too, because when you're making beats, obviously you've rapped before. you have a past of rapping. So
Mhm.
does that make it easier for whenever you are making beats? Like,
Hell yeah.
damn, I can go hard on this actual track.
Yeah. That makes it tough for me actually, because like if I make a
Oh,
beat that's
yeah,
like too good, then I usually end up like trying to keep it for myself.
yeah,
But that's funny that you mentioned that too, because the production is what's really like taking off right now, and showing my shit off. But there's still people that are finding me like through my own songs, through my own, whatever. And like, damn, bro, I didn't know you could rap like that too. And that's what I do. Like
yeah.
that's what I do. The production, it was like a side effect to me rapping. I just ended up getting good at it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because I mean, you're finding people that I mean, they might be new, might not be new, but they found your music and they're just kind of just like, oh fuck, he's producing now, but before he
Hmm.
used to rap, like it's just a new, I guess, a new venture you're going into. That's, I mean, it's worked out for you, and that's what I've noticed over time because I've seen you in studios, like on Instagram stories of shit that you posted, shit that you reposted, other people like posted and tag you like you're producing a lot more. So what kind of led you into the producing? Because I know you're rapping at first or doing both, but what kind of did you put rapping on a like in the back burner? Just say, hey, I'm gonna go.
No, that's the thing. I didn't. I'm
Yeah.
still rapping. Like I just fucking when I just got when I went to Houston a few days ago, we actually shot a video to a new song that I got. So like I'm also gonna put out my I'm still like putting out my own songs. Like I'm still focusing on myself as an artist.
Mhm.
Um like I just finalized this deal with GT Digital, and we're gonna start going crazy with them, and the production just really turned it into its own thing, like because people I think it started because people were just like, damn, who made your beats? Me.
Yeah. Is it that hard to believe? Like, yeah,
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 like
yeah, yeah,
it's weird that I don't know if it's just hard to believe or it's just like kind of unheard of, because people think you can only be good at one thing, and then there's also the people that are like trying to do both, but they're like not that great at either. I don't want it to sound like I'm fucking tooting my own, but I'm fucking good.
no, yeah.
Like,
No, bro, I've said this before on the podcast. Is like when you're focusing on like you can only do so much. You can only do so much for on one thing.
yeah.
When you're multitasking, there's a you got to put effort to this, to that, to whatever. And I think when you people, I guess people have this thing, and I kind of believe it. I kind of don't because I've always been a multitasker, but there's been times where I've just focused on one thing, and I previously was multitasking, and that
Mhm,
one thing um, had a bigger return rather than when I was multitasking.
mhm.
Does that make sense? Like I stopped
You focused all
multitasking.
your
Yeah,
energy.
just focus and put all my effort into that one thing, and then the return was even bigger than before.
Mhm.
And I think it's kinda hard to do that because you wanna just dip your fucking thing into everything, like, you wanna like, for me, the podcast, the sneaker business that I have, the merch, like, the me finding, new people to put on podcasts, like, me like, just so much things that I'm trying to dip my hands into, but I'm like, "Fuck, if I can just focus on podcasting and this, I wonder." And I've had before, I've had for a few months, like
But see, it goes back to the want.
yeah,
You gotta be able to you gotta be somebody who wants to do shit to be good at it. So like the podcast is taking off.
yeah.
It might not be as fast as like what other people are doing, but it's taking off. Your shoe business is fucking it's been good for how many years now? Like,
Ah, shit, it's been a year. It's been about a year and like 8 months.
bro, you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like some solid fucking merch. Like you just gotta have that's what I feel like a lot of people need to put into their fucking brains. I don't know which camera.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta you gotta have the want to be fucking great. You gotta have the want to fucking make crazy ass fucking beats. You gotta have the want to be one of the best fucking rappers, shoe designers, clothes, make
Yeah,
clothes. You
yeah.
gotta want to make the best fucking outfits. You got to be the fucking best landscaper. You got to want to do that. And then that'll fucking, you can multitask because it all goes hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah, no.
So like you have your hands in different things, but it goes hand in hand. They're all going to work together. Mm-hmm. It's all going to elevate each other up. So that goes back to me, like the beats. I'm not just producing, so I'm not going to be just good at producing because I also want to rap. I'm not just going to rap because I want to make my own beats. So that's how I can keep elevating both. And I got so good at both that I can also help other people do that. Like, but at this point, we really gotten into a situation to where like, bro, I'm in big fucking rooms. I don't have the most followers. I know a lot of those people that have a lot more followers, they're not in these same rooms. They're not with the same people. They're not doing a lot of the same shit. It's a lot deeper than
that's bro, that's totally true because like same deal here. Like I've seen people that like do have podcasts and that are like podcasting and I mean not even podcasting, just shit that I'm doing outside of it. It's just like I don't think they're doing um the amount of stuff that I'm doing based off the amount of like, I don't even know if that makes sense, but I get it though. Like the rooms you're in is huge, and the people you're meeting is huge, but the following doesn't compare to the amount of value you're getting when you do sit in those rooms.
Mhm.
Nah, I'm 100% with you. Have you ever met somebody that going back to the want thing? Have you ever met somebody that doesn't have the ambition to like want more? That is just real complacent because it's hard to deal with people like that.
There's two types of people like that. There's the one that's obviously complacent. They're stuck. They know it, you know it. But there's also the people that put on the act. The people that act like, what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to rap, or I'm trying to be the best podcaster.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be the best, but the actions don't show. Like you're not really doing anything about it. You're going to Instagram and talking about how things aren't going your way or whatever the case may be, but it's hard to take the complaint serious. Maybe just from me, but I feel like you would be able to relate to something like that too.
Yeah.
Like if you saw a fellow podcaster and he had 2 views on his last video, but it's also his only video and he doesn't really promo it. He didn't get a guest. He didn't really take the time to put, the editing on the vocals. Do you really want to do it, or you want to be just a part of the scene?
I don't think that is a huge part, but I don't think people realize how much time this has taken. Like I made a video a couple months ago, or not couple months ago, a month ago, and it was about this dude that came into the DMs like just he had been talking about his podcast. He had been saying he had been doing it for about 3 or 4 months, and I was just like, bro, like I get it. The drive is there. The want is there, like we're talking about. But I don't think I don't think there's enough time for you to experience what you're actually doing. Like, just give it time, bro. Like I don't and put in some work. Like put in effort. Like if you figure out something, um, like if you figure out how to edit videos and export the video right on Adobe Premiere or Final Cut, figure out the next step. Like figure out putting like letters and just different shit graphics on the actual video. Like I don't even know what they're called. I guess like I don't know, just like a little logo on your actual video. Like figure out how to do that because that's actually
there's YouTube videos on how to do that.
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the fucking head. Honestly, like there's always gonna be that big group of people that see what you're doing, that see what I'm doing. Anybody that see what anybody else is doing, and they want to do that. What's one of the first things that they ask you is like, bro, like how'd you do that? What do I got to do to get there? What do I got to do to be in those rooms? I remember I hated this fucking answer. I hated it. This is when I couldn't get a show. This is when I didn't know how to I didn't know to go to like actual studios. I was recording in my room. I would ask the same question. And I fucking hated the answer. But that's the actual answer is put in work. You got to do the work. And it didn't click for the longest time until I was like, oh, you really got to put in work. Like it sounds so simple and it sounds like one of those answers like to shoot somebody off or whatever, but
Yeah.
that's the real thing. Like you gotta do for yourself before other people want to do for you. If that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does. I'm with you, man. Like I don't, like I said, I don't think people realize how much fucking work shit takes. And
How much money's invested, how much fucking
bro, that's a
like
huge thing. Huge. I'm not saying that money is huge, but just the amount of money that you got to invest in just something that you want to do is big.
it's fucking phenomenal to think about. Like you gotta
Like you drove, like a simple thing, like you drove to Houston, right? I'm assuming. Okay, so gas. That's a easy $40 fill up right there. Maybe over there and maybe halfway back or something like that. Like
mhm.
it's easy. That I mean, you do that what couple times a month maybe. I'm not saying $40
It's not a
it's not a
lot, but
lot, but it can
it's
add up. It
yeah.
adds up, and I'm like, even at that, like I give a prime example for okay for the software. Software cost I mean I think it's like $30 a month. Shit, over a year. That's what is that? Three times. That's 30. That's $360 a year. That's money right there. And on top of that, there's all this equipment that I have. I'm sure you have the same shit in your bedroom that costs money. Um, I'm sure you whenever you upload to like platforms or your distribution website, like to put your music onto Spotify
Mhm.
and Apple Podcasts. I'm sure there's a fee for that too, right?
There used to be.
Oh, there's not a fee no more.
Not for me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
shit, even better. Or is that
Yeah, that's
the
part of the
oh, that's even fucking better, bro. But I mean, people that do that, I'm sure there's a
but
fee.
yeah, that's something else that like I think certain people are starting to catch on and think that's like the end all be all of it. Like I can pay for this subscription
Yeah,
to
yeah.
DistroKid and upload my music and I'm gonna fucking I'm out of here.
Skyrocket the fuck out of here. That's hard, man. It's really fucking hard when people think like that. Because I never been one to. That's the crazy thing about my friends is I don't think any of them are like that. I would, and even if they were, I think at some point in time we would have to somebody would talk up because we're so like just motivated, and I don't think anybody would like if we figured out that someone wasn't motivated. I think it would just be like, damn, like what's up? What do we got to do? Like what? Like let's let me help you out. And I'm sure you can attest to that too because you're obviously going out to Houston to like-minded people to feed off energy. So I'm sure the
Yeah.
fucking vibe in that studio or those rooms are fucking crazy. When you go out to Houston and you make these beats, or what's a like typical studio time look like? Like what? How long do you usually stay in the studio for?
Anywhere from like 2 to 8 hours. Depending.
Eight
It all
hours.
depends. Like,
Fuck, you've done 8 hours, bro.
yeah.
God damn, that's a full job, dog.
Yeah, honestly, like those are a little bit more rare. I think I've only done like maybe like seven,
but
8 hour
but
sessions.
you've
Like,
done it, bro. That's the crazy thing is like the amount of energy it takes to actually stay in the room and
bruh.
keep going.
Yeah, yeah, that's no joke. I remember like the first time we did it, we were like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna be in the studio for 8 hours,
Hell no.
bro." But the 6 hour, we were fucking on the couch, laid up. But yeah, anywhere from like 2 to 8 hours. I mean, I guess I can give you like a basic rundown. So they usually go like this. If I go to Houston for 3 days, 3 days, 2 nights, I get there. Oh, I can just give you like a quick rundown of my
Yeah, yeah.
this past weekend. So we leave to Houston in the morning, try to beat some of the morning traffic. We get there, got to run to HEB or to Walmart, pick up some supplies, and then we got to go meet OT for a video shoot. So we already shot the video. I don't know when that's coming out. I've already had a bunch of people like that's another first for me. I've already had a bunch of people like
Hit you up.
hit me up about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, when's he dropping this song? Like, I was like, man, I don't know.
I just made the beat.
I just made the beat, bro. We just did the video,
Oh
so
yeah, that too.
hopefully soon. So yeah, we go do that. We're there for a few hours while we're shooting the video, meeting everybody from his camp. Finally face to face. We've had a lot of online discussions, but I feel like that's another thing that a lot of people take for granted. It's like you really gotta meet someone first. Like
Yeah.
me and him could be cool, like online, and
Yeah.
then we meet, and then like I found out he's a piece of shit, or I'm a piece of shit, and he don't fuck with me. And, like, it could have been a whole different thing, but
Yeah.
we fucked with each other so heavy, and then we finally met, and it was all love, bro. Like now it's like a solid connection. You really got to have the face to face with a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand that part of it. After we do that, we head downtown to Dios, and that's a clothing brand. I don't know if you've heard of
I've
them.
actually have, man. Yeah, I think the podcast. I think I follow them on the podcast page.
Mhm.
Fuck, I literally just seen this like 3 days ago. Like what it actually stands for.
Did it ourselves.
Yes, did it ourselves. Yes, okay, yeah. No, I'm familiar with it. And
Yeah.
I think I was going through and they either they had a pop up shop or they had
Yeah,
something going
they
on.
recently did a drop with like Bun B and
Yes,
fucking
yes.
that that was crazy. And so we went down there and we saw my boy G. He was there at the shop, and he let us. I don't think there was really that many people there at the time because it was already pretty late. And went in there, chopped it up with him. Real fucking solid guy from like the first time I met him. I met him through Banco. Have you heard of Banco?
I'm familiar with him. I recently had Roland on here.
Bro,
I
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
nightlifer, but he kind of told me about Banco. I'm familiar with
yeah.
him. Yeah.
So I met him through Banco, and ever since from the first time I met him, he's been a solid dude. All the people over there at Dios are real solid people, and every time I go out to Houston, I got to stop by. They're real solid people. Um, we get there, LaDon shows up with his camera. We shoot a video there for like an hour and a half.
This is still daytime.
No, this is like
Oh, you said night. You said
yeah.
towards the nighttime.
So like we got there like around 11.
Yeah.
We were shooting the video from like 12 to the first video from 12 to maybe 5. And then from 5, it took us like 30 minutes to get to Dios. And then I said we got there like around 6-ish. And we left like around 7:30. We finished up. We left. We went to go grab a quick bite. And then from there we went to Fresh Sonics. That's one of the newer studios that I've been starting to go to. My boy JR, he's
Mhm.
fucking crazy engineer. He also produces. The people over there at Fresh Sonics, y'all go fucking get your mixes from them, get some production from them, from me, from Don, like it. All those people, like that's family. Like
I got a
that.
question, bro. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, no,
So
yeah, go ahead.
when you say engineer, what's the difference between a producer and an engineer?
The engineer is really what makes the whole song sound good. So a producer can make the beat and can make a song,
I got you. Like the
and
putting together.
yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
the engineer is the one who takes down all the vocals. He's the one who adds all the little effects, all the slight shit. He's the one who takes all the bad fucking sounds out of your voice. He takes all the bad tones out of your voice. He's the one who makes you sound crisp. He's the one who makes the song. He puts your voice on the beat to where it sounds good, and he's pretty much like
Engineer.
the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I uh I didn't know the difference. I mean, now that you explained it, now it just makes a perfect sense. Like, because when you putting a beat together, it's just like making, I guess, sounds
Mhm.
together. But when you put voices on it, obviously it's totally different. So, no, I get you. But yeah, back to your story, bro.
Then we pull up to Fresh Sonics, and it's
But
by that time it's maybe like 8:30. We're there till about 1, recording. I think I recorded one song, and then we worked on production, and then we looked at some footage, and we did a little bit more footage there. And that was really just it was also like my first time like actually meeting JR like for the first time. Again, another real solid person. He's a real cool dude. All the people from Wolfpack that I've met, they all real solid people. He does all of Key Glock whenever he's in Houston. He
oh, that's
does a lot
dope.
of yeah,
That's dope.
Brick, Low Mexico.
Yeah.
He's the engineer for all that. And so we leave from there maybe like 1 in the morning. I think at that time it's just like cruise time. Like I think we cruised for like an hour, and then finally went back to the house and caught up on a little bit of sleep. Woke up early the next day. We went to the studio for a little bit, worked on the video. We went, grabbed something to eat, and then we went to Day of Unity. You
What
hear
is
about
this?
that?
What is
It's
this?
the concert that they had over there, SPM's concert.
No
They
idea.
had so many fucking people there.
No idea, but I remember you posting it. I remember you posting
Crazy, crazy.
it.
Crazy, 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 crazy. Crazy ass event. Carly put on a good show. We were there with OT,
Mhm.
and then he killed his performance. We went after that. We went with Little Mexico and got ready for their show. Doman, shout out to Doman Dinah. He killed his performance, and then
He's dope, bro. I seen him. Well, I follow him on social media, and
yeah,
his shit is like. I think recently I saw a freestyle in his
yeah,
social media, and that shit stupid. He's dope too, and he's obviously worked with Hoodlum and shit like that.
yeah,
So it's pretty dope, man.
yeah, yeah. Dude's real humble. He was real cool to talk to. Yeah, man. And in that weekend, just from doing all that, my followers shot up like 50. I shot up like 50 followers in those like 3 days. It's crazy because like I remember it would be hard to get those numbers now because I'm doing certain things that's not like easily accessible for
Yeah,
a lot of people, and I'm doing things with certain people that like these people are just like legit, like they're those guys
I know what you mean. Yeah.
like Rich is he's a staple in San Antonio. OT, he's coming up super fucking fast. People are fucking hand over fist for that dude. Brick, Brick Wolfpack, he's solid dude. Little Mexico, all those
Hmm.
PRE guys, shout out to them for having us, and we were out there. It's a lot. Like there's a lot of things going on.
Nah, this is just. I can tell this is just the beginning, right? This is
Yeah,
just the start of it.
yeah, this was just something that happened like on the tail end of 2021,
Yep.
and things just started picking up, and not luck, but things just started moving
Yeah.
in the right direction and took off with it. You
No.
just you gotta. Oh, another thing too. Now that we were talking about production, so I've been doing a lot of the trap cumbia beats. Like that's pretty much like
Seen that too.
that's been going crazy because of OT and Rich, and a lot of people have been trying to copy that. We're coming out with an essay talk sound kit for people that want to do that sound.
Nice. That's dope.
It's on the way. It's pretty much finalized. I can show you the picture.
So that's just um like pre-made, or explain to me what it is, just so I can
Okay,
get just.
so it's gonna be handpicked. I don't remember exactly how many. I left Ladon to like do all the little meticulous details to it, but it's gonna be all the handpicked drums, hi
Yeah.
hats, snares, claps, kicks, percussion sounds. We're also gonna have a couple samples in there,
Mhm.
basically for people that want to do that sound and want it to sound exactly like us. Here's your chance.
No, yeah. That's perfect, bro.
It's because I've seen a handful of people try to do the same style of sound, and it's I guess for me it's weird because I don't think it's that difficult, but I'm also one of the people that like started it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've seen some people and it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound the same, and you can tell that's what they're going for. Let's give it to them.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we got going on too.
That's huge, man, because that's another way to bring you some income, bro. Plus, it's a win-win. Like you're getting income, you're helping people out, they get what they want.
Hmm.
And yeah, man. I've always been I've always been that person to figure out if you can figure out how to monetize some shit, especially with little work, then you're fucking doing it right. That's a crazy ass story, bro. It's the day in the life of Robbie going to Houston, bro.
Yeah,
Some story, bro. At least it's jam packed. It's not just like day to
yeah,
day bullshit and looking for something to do. Like you're actually putting in work and
yeah,
meeting people and doing shit. Because it can be the total opposite.
yeah.
But
That's the last thing. Like even if we're just being here, like the last thing that I want to do is just let's find something to do
yeah,
or like try to make up something. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna go out there for a reason, or I'm gonna show out somewhere for a reason.
yeah,
Like I've had a lot of that too. Like a lot of people want to chill and do this and do that. Like I
yeah.
can't. Like there's a lot going on, bro.
Yeah.
Like
No, I'm with you, bro. That's why you gotta pick and choose because I was in a group chat like last week just figuring out just texting a couple of friends and just how do I figure out how to do this? How do I figure out how to do this? And one of my boys just said, hey, figure out what's important to you. Put it in a list. If your number one's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you have, whatever is at the top, you just trickle down your time from there. You put the most time with that number one, and then you go put a little bit of time in it, and then yeah. That was probably best advice I've had in a while, and
Mm.
it's worked out so far. But
Yeah, man.
I got some hot shot questions for you that I didn't actually tell you. So pretty easy, bro. Pretty simple. But what's the best advice you've ever received from somebody?
It's
Yeah.
simple, but it's like straight to the point. Like, just
No,
go
yeah.
for it.
I feel that, bro, because people are so scared to. I've said it multiple times. People are so scared to jump off a cliff because they don't know the turnout of what actually is going to happen. But in that case, it does happen. Oh shit, you're the smartest person on the fucking planet. You
Yep.
would never know if you never fucking jump off.
Yep.
I'm with it, man. On the opposite side, what's the worst advice you've ever received?
Just chill. Like, no, you got to go harder.
Yeah,
You got to go way harder if you really want to do what you want to do.
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't know if you're familiar. Are you familiar with Gary V by any chance? Gary V. He's just like an entrepreneur, and he has just multiple businesses. Crazy, successful businessman.
Mhm.
He always he always just preaches how young people are in their 20s, that when you get to 40, because I think he's like 45 or something like that, or in his 40s, that he feels so young. And he's like, just take your time. Like, you have so much more time. Like, I don't think you realize how young you are.
Mhm.
I'm like 50-50 on that, man. Cause
Yeah, that
I'm like, fuck, I have so much things on my mind that I want to fucking do now that I don't think it can wait till I'm 40.
certain things,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, it's 50-50. Certain things can wait, but certain things just can't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be fucking 50 years old podcasting,
Yeah.
and
Even though, yeah,
to
there's people out there that
there's
are.
people that do
Yeah.
that, but they have the following for it. They got their following
Yeah.
from something else,
True.
so they can talk about fucking whatever,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be that you don't. Oh, okay, let me take it back. You don't want to be 50 years old starting a podcast. You don't want to be in the process of trying to make the brand for a podcast.
I know what you
You
mean.
don't, yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, it's 50-50 because you do have time, but fuck, bro. Like, if we started this shit, like, okay, just speaking for me,
Mhm.
if I was in this mind state coming out of high school, who knows where I would
Insane.
be.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really start thinking this in depth about the music business or everything that comes along with it, everything that you got to do, everything that you have to be in the music industry until I was like 22.
Mhm. Yeah, that's 4 years. You if you would have had the mindset you had at 22, you could have. No, I feel that. And sometimes, bro, I wish, man, if there was like a mentor for something for everybody to like say, hey, if you want to do this, you can just this you can do this and this, and then it will be here if that's what your end goal is. But sometimes it doesn't work out like that, and everybody has their actual time. But last one, bro. What do people value that you don't value? Say
I
one
think
is say the most unpopular opinion you have in your head right now.
oh shit, I got one that might fucking go viral. Okay. And the only reason that I'm saying this is because I recently, I think it was this morning, I saw a post about it. I watched the video. I read it was like it had the slides.
Yeah.
So I read the post. I swiped, watched the video, and I said, "Who gives a fuck?" And I'm not saying it that it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's not as important as certain people like to make it seem. All that fast rap, all the lyricism shit to where like you're just going fast and you're fucking just trying to fucking you're trying to beat the beat and you're just trying to
No, I feel I feel that, bro, because I've never been a type to actually. I think the only person I'm trying to figure out in my head, I'm trying to go down the list of artists that I fucking. So Eminem is probably like the only one that is kind of like up there that does that for me. That's just like, or when he fast raps, that is
Mhm.
pretty good. Hmm.
It's a very, very, very small
Yeah,
handful of
very small.
people.
I don't think anybody else that is can. Yeah, but there are people that do it that are like,
Yeah, there's people that do it.
I don't know. I don't know if you should be
It's,
doing that.
yeah,
No, I feel
like
that.
that's the only. I mean, because I used to try to do that. Like the first, I don't know, like the first couple of years.
Yeah.
Eminem was a real big inspiration for me. So I used to try to do like the fast rap, but I used to get excited about it too. Like
Yeah.
whenever he would do it, or Yellow Wolf. You heard of Yellow
Yeah, yeah,
Wolf?
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Okay,
he
yeah.
used to do that shit sometimes, and
Damn, I haven't heard his name in a minute.
yeah.
Damn.
So I used to be like real hype whenever they would do it.
I feel that,
It
bro.
doesn't hit the same. I like when people say shit and it makes sense. It could be fast, it could be slow. I just like when it makes sense and it sounds good. Like it has a really good beat. I mean, there's a lot of people that can attest to this. Like I maybe it comes back to like the fact that I produce for myself, or I don't know. But I've always been like real picky with beat selection. I've always been picky with even if it's other people's music, I'm just like, damn, why did he pick that? Like
Yeah.
there's other beats that you could have used. Like beat selection is super fucking important to me. And then the way you make yourself fit on that song. Those are like the two main things for me.
Feel that, bro. Shit. Anything you wanna say? Anything you wanna plug before we get up out of here?
Shout out Fresh Sonics. I got a new video. When is this dropping?
Shit, man. If I had to put a date on it, it would probably be the first week of December, second week of December.
All right. If you're gonna do first or second week, whichever one you decide, I'll drop my new video a week after that.
Let's do it.
SA Talk Sound Kit is coming out soon. Shit, what else? I got a new project on the works. I got the project with OT. I got the second project with Rich. I got a project with LaDon. I got a couple other things I can't really talk about right now, but those are coming. I got a lot more music. A lot more music.
You got the beat you have that you're about to actually distribute?
Oh yeah. The trap cumbia shit.
Yeah, the trap. I can't even say the word, bro. Cumba?
Can't
Can't even say it, bro. I'm horrible at Spanish, man. Like, that's one of the things I wish my mom
Has that
would have
always
been.
has that always bothered you? Has that always been like what's
Like,
like a stigma,
like learning Spanish and
or like just like because like do you know like a lot of Spanish?
no, bro. I'm like basic,
Mm.
basic. Like fucking stupidest decision, bro. Like I took French in high school.
Mm.
I was like, I don't know, bro. Like it just makes no sense, bro. Like I thought I was gonna go to fucking Paris or something, but like literally we're on the fucking border. Like Spanish would have helped me so much more. Or at least if I would have remembered something from high school, I think it would have made more sense for me. But nah, man, I don't think it has a I mean, I wish my parents or at least my mom would have taught me Spanish just because I would have been able to communicate with a lot more people. Um, nah, man, I don't. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to fucking
Yeah,
learn
man,
something. But
it's definitely helpful.
yeah, well, shit. We'll end it right there, guys. Shout out to Robbie for coming through the studio. Um, I'll link all his info in the actual description. Whenever the video drops, make sure to put that in the description too as well, just so you can see it. But yeah, man, we out here.
We'll be
Peace.
back for round 3.
Let's do it. Peace, man.